Hi, this is Nilus Mattive for Money and Markets TV. I recently saw a troubling study that said 49% of Americans are not saving for retirement at all. Most of them contend they just can't afford to contribute to an IRA account. And while I realize that the current economic climate is certainly making it much harder on a lot of people, the idea that half of us have it so bad we can't put anything into our retirement accounts just doesn't ring true to me. Instead, I think the reality is that many people who aren't saving for retirement would rather have new outfits, expensive cars, or the hottest gadgets, instead of putting away money for the future. They just don't want to delay gratification. It reminds me of the famous Stanford marshmallow experiment conducted back in the 60s and 70s. The researchers offered 4 to 6-year-old kids a single marshmallow to eat, but they also told them that if they waited 15 minutes without eating it, they could get a second marshmallow. Only 1/3 of the kids were able to wait long enough to get that second marshmallow. What's interesting is that follow-up studies with the same group of children show that 1/3 who did delay gratification did much better in life, well into adulthood. They even scored an average of 215 points higher on their SATs than the children who couldn't wait 30 seconds. If you know someone who thinks it's more important to eat those marshmallows right now than to save them for when they really need them, I have 3 facts that may change their minds. Number 1, Social Security is not going to bail you out, even if Washington finally gets around to shoring up the program's finances, and that's a big if. Those monthly checks won't come close to covering even a modest lifestyle in retirement. In fact, the average monthly benefit going out to retired workers right now is just $1,231, which is less than $15,000 a year. Number 2 is the fact that you'll probably need an extra $250,000 just to cover your medical expenses. If you think Social Security is bad, Medicare is in even worse shape. A 65-year-old couple that retires this year will typically spend at least $240,000 in out-of-pocket medical expenses. And that doesn't even include long-term care, non-prescription drugs, or even most dental work. And finally, if you can't delay gratification, the last 20, 30, or 40 years of your life are going to be tough. All those people living large right now are the same folks who will want to spend the most money in retirement. And the longer they live, the worse the consequences their lack of planning will have. But if they just learn to save a bit more now, they can reduce their needs and expectations for the future. Look, I'm all for enjoying every day of your life, having regular indulgences, even splurging from time to time. But a little balance goes a long way. So go ahead and have a marshmallow or 2, but also make sure you're saving at least as many for later in life, because 20 or 30 years is a heck of a lot longer than 15 minutes. I'm Nilus Mattive for Money and Markets TV. Thanks for watching.